Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the levels for 3rd March, and which is the first weekly expiry of the March series. This is the daily chart of Banknifty. See, today we almost had a 800 point gap down. Once you are, let me just put on the RSI also. Yeah. See, once you have gapped down about 800 points, thrown out of all the pivots that we use for intraday, there's nothing much we can do. Though we just tried to do some scalping and we were able to make a little money in the end, a nice move came. But on a daily chart, we have kind of made a doji. Not sure if this doji indicates a reversal can come. Still RSI is below 40 and there's no any sort of a divergence that's coming on a daily time frame. So we'll have to be careful. We'll be seeing the intraday levels in 15 minutes. Let's just see the daily chart. What else can we see here? See, when we had this head and shoulder breakdown, right, we had one target of, see, how do you get the target is take this head and keep it where it breaks down. So it's about 2600, so we take always the first target is half 2600. So we have almost hit the half of the head and shoulder target based on a chart pattern. Okay, and if you look at the fib retracement from this point, this significant low until this high, exactly it looks like we are taking some support at the 70% retracement. So not sure if we are going to get a bounce from here or we are going to get a further dip, or even if we get a bounce, like how big of a bounce, or is it going to be a good recovery or is it going to be a small bounce? We'll have to wait and see. But some support is being seen around this level, around 35,000. See, always in Fib, right? This will be part of our learning. Always in Fib, the most important point is the 70%, this point 61%, and this 50%. So the market can take support at these levels or like reverse from these levels. So we'll have to wait and watch what is going to happen. Now, if you see the Fib level from the top to the bottom, so the first 50% is coming in at around 37,000 and the first level is coming in at 23. These are not so important, but yeah, we can make use of them. So at this point, it looks like, based on the price action and this fib level of 70%, it looks like some support is being formed, because we have got a nice, like a doji candle, which indicates some sort of reversal in the market. Now, some examples of this doji is like one over here. We had a nice doji and then the market slipped. So wherever this doji pattern, it's not that the market will turn and go up for sure, but these kind of price actions indicate that price reversal. Now coming to our 15-minute chart for intraday levels for tomorrow. See, today once we got a gap down and where we had our, I've turned on the CPR. So once we started breaking this S2, right, and we came, it kind of looked like we were taking some support and there was some divergence in the initial 5 minutes chart. So it did look like probably from here itself we could get a bounce and fill the gap. That's how initially it was looking. There was nice bullish divergence, though it was only 5 minutes. We don't consider 5 minutes divergence as a good thing, but still it was coming. I did post the same thing even in our chat group, but I did also mention that if the day low is broken, this divergence will fail, and the day low kind of broke on the 5 minute chart that we were seeing. The day low for when we saw this divergence was at about 35,200, and that broke and we started going down. We kind of got a nice scalp. These lines I've drawn today, this double bottom and all that I've drawn today. Then we came and hit a low. We made a low of 34,900. See, and this bounce from here and this support was also a CPR pivot. It's not the daily CPR, but there was weekly CPR there. Let me just turn the weekly CPR. Now this indicator is not available on TradingView. You'll have to add individually. This just I've made like combining everything. It'll still take time to come on TradingView. Is not complete. So you see these dotted lines these dotted green lines are nothing but the weekly CPR S1. See, the weekly CPR is over here where we opened on Monday at around 36,400 where the cursor is. Now exactly on this weekly CPR we kind of made a nice double bottom and then a bounce was bound. See, you can either enter at this double bottom, or I kind of entered when this trend line broke out and the RSI. Most of you have seen my RSI video, right? In the learning section, RSI above 60 is a good buy signal for momentum. So when this candle came and the RSI went above 60, we kind of bought calls and made money. Even this chart was shared here in the end. Like there is a possibility of the um, market going up, or if it breaks this double bottom, we could go down. See, when you got this 800-point gap down, right, and when you're thrown out of all the pivots, it's a little difficult to trade. But still, a lot of the technicals worked. Like for example, the CPR weekly S1 of CPR was a good support. We formed a double bottom, and this forming this double bottom at a CPR pivot, right, at this S1 or R1, like double top or double bottom. This is also one of the CPR setups. Soon there'll be a video coming on all the different CPR setups that are there. So we kind of did some short scalping here, bought calls here and made some money. And we went with very little lot size, not the regular lot size of 10 lots or 20 lots that we trade. We traded with half quantity, only 5 lots, because at the money is trading at almost 400 and 350, and tomorrow is expiry, right? And all this is because of the VIX going almost above 30. In intraday we did go above 30. Yeah, see, it was about 30, and then later on we have cooled off a little. So when the VIX is above 30, it's really difficult to trade in option, especially in option buying. So we'll have to be a little careful. Not a little careful, very careful. See, tomorrow is the expiry, and see, option sellers would have made nice money, like if they've got the right strike prices. Even see, out of the money is trading at 67, 164. This would not be the case on a regular day when the VIX is around 20, 18, 19, right? So if you get the right strike price for option selling, also you can make nice money. For option buying, it's a little difficult. So usually we see this on a Monday, right? Like from, if you consider if somebody is trading from past few months or something, right, they would have observed that on Mondays you would have this 350, 360, not one day before expiry. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If the VIX keeps going higher, the premium keeps going higher, it is a little difficult to trade. Now coming for the trade possibility for tomorrow, see, we have this gap, today's gap down that needs to be filled. Not sure if that will happen tomorrow or not. And if we come before this gap fill, we have a good resistance over here. These two places where we took support, right, that can act as a resistance over here. And we also have a good support at this double bottom. If this breaks, the next support is at 34,700, where previously we have taken some price action is there. I'm going to an hourly time frame to show that. This where my cursor is, right, where I'm marking, this is where we can take support if we break today's low. And even if we break that, then the next support is 34,300. I don't think we'll slip so much. I think we will hold 35,000 for tomorrow. Based on the open interest, we'll check that. In case we break 35,000 and go up, this will be our first target, 35,900. And then we'll see if this entire gap down, whatever gap is there, gets filled. See, again tomorrow the VIX, if the VIX remains high, right, the best thing to do is probably trade only post 12 or 1 or something, where the option premiums are a little less and you can scalp and make money. Again, in the opening, if you go a lot of time value, decay will come in, and even if the price is moving, you will not see the option premium moving. There will be a lot of decay. So best is to trade post 12:30 or 1. That's what even I'm looking at. Now coming to the open interest in Banknifty, see, we have very good resistance even now at 35,500. Above that it is 36,000. See, the best part is all along and from 35,000 until 35,500, instead of more than puts, the more call sellers have been added. Even above 35,000, the call sellers have been added, and all these calls put sellers have exited. So that's showing that there is some resistance at 35,500 for sure. and as of now it is showing that there is a support at 35,000, but even today some call sellers have come in, so not sure what is their view, that the market is going to close at 35,000 tomorrow, not sure. But if we break this, right, the first support is 38,000, 34,800, and then obviously 34,500. I do have a feeling we will be between 35,000 and 35,500. If any of this range breaks tomorrow, then we can see a nice up move or a down move, because it looks like there is a good resistance here and a good support here at 35,000 and 35,500. See, now coming to our Nifty chart, Nifty has broken that level of 16,500. We made a low of 16,480. Again in Nifty we kind of made a double bottom, and then got a nice move in the end. And this end move came at almost 3 o'clock. So usually I don't trade after 3, but nowadays a lot of moves are coming in post 3 o'clock. So today waited and it was worth the wait. Even in Nifty we have this 2 gaps that are still yet to be filled. One gap is marked on the tab. In my charts all the gaps will be marked in blue. See, today's gap down is there. Tomorrow if we cross this level of 16,600, probably we can fill this gap, or if not, probably take again resistance here and come down. This is again a very good support, 16,400. If this breaks, then the next level is 16,358 for sure. Now just looking at the open interest in Nifty. See, the maximum resistance is at 17,000, which I don't think will be going tomorrow. And a good resistance for intraday level is coming in at 16,700, where some put sellers have exited. It's only the call sellers that have come in, and some call sellers have also come in at 16,600, and very good support at 16,500. I don't think 16,500 will break, because it's only the put sellers that are there. If in case that breaks, then yeah, we might see this level. 16,500 is exactly here where we also have the price action support, right? If this breaks, probably we'll see this lower level of 16,300. There is a possibility that this move was just a short covering move, because 800 points, right? A lot of even retailers or some pro traders who would have taken positional short would want to book, see how much points they would have got from here if somebody had taken on Friday, right? If somebody had, sorry, not Friday, Tuesday, if somebody had taken a put with the gap down, they would have got 1,250 points. So some profit booking was in play and like could have come in, right? So this could just be that short covering move. Not sure if we will again go down tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But as of now, the global markets are okay, not as bearish as yesterday. Yesterday, Dow, DAX, everything, even in the afternoon, it was around 400, 500 points down. So the Europe market is down. It's kind of flat, but the US market is recovered a little bit. It's plus 200, but it's too early for the US market. It's only about the US market opens at 8 p.m. So it's too early. We'll never know. See, with this VIX being high and this war scenario in place, the gap up and gap down is not in our control. If somebody trades this gap up, gap down the right way, they can make nice money, but it's a very risky trade. Now imagine after this candle on what we say on Tuesday, right? Monday, this green candle. Imagine the people that would have gone long thinking that this is probably the market is recovering after this green candle. They've taken a loss of 800 points in the beginning itself. So the best is to do a little bit of intraday until this whole war situation settles down and we kind of get a nice move on the charts, whether on the upside or downside. So tomorrow, whether it's going to be a gap up or gap down, it all depends on how the US market transpires today, and a lot right now depends on Mr. Putin, what he decides to do. So whatever happens, we have our levels ready and we will look to trade based on that. And since the option premiums are high, the best thing to do is trade try and do some intraday with a very small capital, not putting in your entire capital, say post 12:30 or 1 to get some to capture some nice move. That's it for today, and thank you for watching.